Taiwan really managed the pandemic maybe better than almost any place else. Not only to prevent a lot of infection and death before the vaccine, but also what Medigen did. It's very rare to make the first vaccine for a country from a small company to create a vaccine that was really very good. Well, the reason we do research is because of all the little things that happen. Even if it's a very small thing, you're the first one to know that. That is a very special moment. Science is for delayed gratification. You have to have a lot of patience. You just have to keep grinding through because you love the question and you finally get to the answer.
I think doing research is seeking the truth from nature. And so I think the process you mentioned itself is very important. Even though we haven't had big finding yet, but we are enjoying that, and probably someday we're going to get a very biggest achievement.
And now we have all sorts of questions about gain-of-function research, meaning can you change a virus that might make it more dangerous? Like all of life, there's a lot of unintended consequences of some things you do. If you're doing that kind of work, I think you have to check your arrogance at the door, because sometimes your own ambition may affect the way you make judgments. My experience in my lab, it's good to have diversity, because people have different perspectives. The viruses know that they do better with diversity, and we should know the same thing.
For me, I think during COVID-19, I got many chances to be interviewed. I think about what can I say is the truth, the fact, and try my best to explain in a very common language to everyone. Understand, but people did not trust us. But actually, in science, it's okay.
Following the question, many people say the SARS-CoV coronavirus 2 is man-made, but not natural evolving. How about your opinion, personal opinion?
I think there's every reason to think that this virus is from nature, coming out of a bat or a rat or some other animal and somehow jumping into humans. It's taken it almost 3 or 4 years to adapt to humans. It's still adapting. So it's had to do a lot of adaptation. And I'm not saying it couldn't come from a lab. It's possible to come from a lab, but I don't see any evidence in the virus or the epidemiology or the way it's evolved or anything about the virus. There's nothing that suggests that it came from a lab. I think it's much, much less likely.
What scientists can do is we prepare in advance and not really to think about who will make the weapon, very dangerous virus, but we try our best to set up some regulation system for laboratory, and I think try our best to understand the virus and to figure out some prevention method, vaccines or other antiviral drugs.
One day there's no virus in the world, all of it.
But do you know, if you measured all the biomass on Earth, there's more viral biomass than almost anything else. So I don't know what would happen to the world if, if all that was going away. We have evolved as humans and changed because of endogenous, maybe not because of, but along with endogenous retroviruses. We're very much influenced by viruses.
I totally agree, because I'm a biologist. I think there is some good viruses, but haven't been discovered. I think a virus did play a very important role in the whole world. So there should be some good virus too.
We also think the vaccine is good for prevention of the disease, but public in general, they have different ideas about vaccine.
In Taiwan, you did much, much better than the U.S. Taiwan, I think, is more than 95% vaccinated. U.S. is only about 70% vaccinated. 30% of people in the U.S. decided they didn't want to take the help that the vaccine would give them. And I thought there was two major failures. One was uptake. There was a lot of people who either didn't understand the biology well enough or something that they decided even if vaccine was available, they wouldn't take it. And they suffered for that. But there was also a problem of access. By the end of 2021, only less than 5% of Africa was vaccinated. Even by 2023, less than 20% of Africa has been vaccinated. I don't think people understood that it was hurting themselves to not be able to take care of everyone, because all these waves of new variants come back and then make our initial interventions not work as well. There are two big problems that don't have very easy answers when we keep biology politicized.
As Professor Graham said, yes, it's true. In Taiwan, anti-vaccine relatively low compared with that in US. In Taiwan, for children, it's more than 97%.
Taiwan really managed the pandemic maybe better than almost any place else. Not only to prevent a lot of infection and death before the vaccine, but also what Medigen did. It's very rare to make the first vaccine for a country from a small company to create a vaccine that was really very good. 20 years from now, looking back, I think Taiwan will be seen as the place that did it very well.